In our last video, we got all of our trusses set and all of the 2-foot overhangs all the way around on. So now we are working on stage 2 of our roofing project, which is going to be creating some shade for Jeremy and I's work conditions.
Yeah, Michael and Sebastian out here have already gotten to work. You can see them in the background. They're going to be sheeting our entire roof. They're getting started with the great room. They're going to be giving us some shade. That being the case, what are we actually getting back to work on?
We are actually going to start working on the balloon framing of the front wall. So we have this whole front wall to do. The reason we left this open is because we didn't want that flex joint in there. So we're actually going to be framing this in place. We've never done anything like this before. So
we'll see how it goes. And if we need to enlist the help of Michael and Sebastian,
they're here.
You got it.
All right, it's the first of many sheets going on the roof.
All right, what we're doing now is we are just basically taking a color crayon, because I like to plan all my home projects with color crayons.
Professional.
Professional. Well, I am using this professional pencil. And so we're planning out how it is that we're going to balloon frame or frame in place this wall. That's essentially what that means, is you're building it up. You're not building it on the floor and then raising it up into 2 parts. So we're going to try to build this kind of as one piece. So only a few pieces are actually going to reach from our bottom plate up to our top plate, which will tie into our rafter up there. So right now I'm just drawing in the headers, figuring out how many jack studs we're going to need over the windows and the slider, and how many pieces are actually going to tie all the way in. And then we're going to set our bottom plate first and then just start moving down the row and try to see if we can.
So ultimately we're doing all this, but it's just for 4 studs,
yeah,
is what we figured out.
It's really, well, there's a couple full length studs on the side here that will tie into the rafter, and then there will be 2 here and 2 here, but that's pretty much it. So it's just to prevent having 2 separate pieces with all that glass that are going to flex in the wind. So we'll see how we do.
All right, let's go figure this out.
All right.
Melissa and I took some measurements here on the subfloor. We also checked our plumb to see how in line we are with the truss that's set at the very end of our little jut-out walls here. We're good to go, so we're gonna cut out 6 feet for our bottom plate.
Right.
Get our top plate kind of set with the assistance of Michael and Sebastian, since they have the man lift.
Yes.
And then we'll start cutting our full length studs, getting those plugged in.
We really don't want to give this lift back. It's really cool.
Nice to have.
All right, Jeremy's dream is coming true. He finally gets to go for a ride in the lift. Oh, he's scared. Now, you guys don't be fooled by the height difference. Michael is 8 feet 1 inch, making Jeremy his claimed 6 feet 3 inches.
Still 6'3", I know what you're talking about.
I know, that's what I just said. Michael's super tall. We have got our top plates in place and all marked out. We've got our bottom plates all marked out and in place. So now we're going to start cutting and installing all of our king studs, which will be running the entire length and tying in to the roof. Let's go.
Get her done. Let that little lady go. Though she be little, she be fierce.
Shakespeare. Beautiful job.
Love it. Thanks, Mama. Ow! So poetic.
Aren't I? There's nothing to kiss.
Good?
Like it.
Woo! Okay. I'm having the time of my life. Now I had the time of my life.
I'm not touching you. Oh. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Well, the guys went to lunch and returned from lunch, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boards framed. It's about to be 6 boards.
The pros versus Joes. That's the difference.
I know. Are you playing the guitar?
Well, we have been working on the front wall, and that's going pretty smoothly, pretty well, right?
It is.
Yeah, it's really not that bad. I think we kind of made more of it in our head before actually getting started with it. It's not
I
bad.
definitely made more of it in my head.
Melissa was stressing out.
I was.
It's been pretty smooth sailing. Anyway, the fellas have been back there. You can see they got the first half, the southern half of our great room completely sheeted. They're now working on the north half. That's going well. So while they're doing that, there's a lot of noise. If you can't tell, there's compressors and saws and all that. That's why we're stepping away here to chat with you guys real quick.
Yep.
Give you an update. But we're going to keep plugging away on that front wall, getting that framed up. We'll probably get around to getting all the headers set tomorrow. For the top of those trap windows, those trapezoid windows that are going in the gable end itself, we apparently do not have to do a header. We weren't really sure about that, but upon asking for clarification,
They're not low there.
Yeah, the explanation was that, and it just makes sense. I mean, the fact that it's sitting within the gable end, which has a truss over it, shouldn't be a problem. There should be plenty of support there. So we're going to keep banging away and making that progress. Michael and Sebastian working on this little corner area here where everything ties in from the great room to the bedroom wing, the kids' bedroom wing. Now, Michael, I know what you're doing. Okay, I have a very vast comprehension of what it is you guys are working on. But can you maybe explain to some of the people out there watching exactly what you're doing?
So we YouTubed it earlier before starting this
Perfect.
project, and we figured out that we're working on the valley right here. And basically we're cutting into one valley, doing all the blocking for the sheeting to nail to, so that this other valley can dive into it, and this one will actually create the valley. We'll go and basically string line the peaks, figure out where the valley starts at the top, and then snap a line to where our other sheeting from this other roof system will dive in and create the actual valley.
I love it. Piece of cake. See, I already knew that, but I'm sure everybody out there watching really appreciates that explanation. Melissa and I were just talking about how, yeah, the valley, yada, yada, you know.
Yeah, yada, yada, valley.
As far as time frame goes, are we like sticking to your expectations?
Oh,
or?
absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Great work. We appreciate you guys being here seriously, because there's no way that Melissa and I could have done this.
Well, you could have, but you definitely wanted to test our...
No, I'm dead serious. There's no way.
We've come to the conclusion that we, in fact, could not have done that.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
No faith. These poor guys just want to get work done. Melissa and I keep harassing them with our shenanigans.
So this is what our great room is looking like now. We've got it almost fully sheeted. Michael and Sebastian have this little strip here to do, and then Jeremy and I will be framing out this back gable end. We're going to be putting a series of 4 windows back there, trapezoid windows, so that we can get all kinds of natural light coming in that way. And then we'll have matching windows on the front gable end, which is a wall that Jeremy and I have been working on today. Oh, that's fancy, Daddy. Oh, there he goes. Woo. Yeah. That was good, buddy. That was good. High five, man. The boys are gone for the day. They will be back bright and early tomorrow morning. They got all the sheeting done over the great room, which is awesome. It provides so much shade, which is really nice because it's going to be a very hot week. Jeremy and I have been balloon framing this wall. So now we are working on the windows. So there's going to be a window and then a 12-foot opening here for a sliding glass door, and then another window, and then we will be doing the gable end windows up there. So we've got a lot of framing left to do. I don't think we're going to finish this up tonight, but we're going to do what we can. Just keep rolling, and then we'll hopefully get it all finished tomorrow.
What do you think?
It's almost sad to put the wall up and close it off.
It'll look good.
Yeah.
One of the few drawbacks to building our home in such a rural setting is the elevated risk of injury and the lack of immediate medical attention should it ever become necessary.
Our family's health and safety is the most important thing to us, which is why we invested in MyMedic, both in our vehicles and here at home.
MyMedic's mission began following a tragic automobile accident where a lack of equipment and training led to a family member's bleeding out while waiting for emergency medical services. MyMedic's goal is to prepare everyone with equipment and training for unexpected emergencies.
The MyMedic website is the most visited first aid website in the world.
Their products are assembled here in the United States and they're covered by a lifetime guarantee.
This is a first aid kit that can actually save your life. This is the MyFac Large Advance. I love everything about this first aid kit. It is very durable on the outside and also water resistant. It's got these back straps that can attach to any car seat and a sling for on-the-go carry. It's also got Jeremy's favorite feature, the fanny pack. The MyFac Large Advance is an amazing kit. Everything lays flat. I can see everything here that I need. These little pouches remove easily for an on-the-go first aid kit. It's got everything I need for minor boo-boos all the way up to something that could save your life, like the tourniquet. This is the MyMedic Stormproof Universal First Aid Kit. We carry these in both our vehicles. They are small, compact, and weather resistant. They fold open. The little pouches show you what's inside, plus the color-coded patches can help guide you in case of an emergency. We love these. It can also save your life.
No matter who you are or what you do, I highly recommend having a MyMedic first aid kit both at home and on the go.
To check out all of the MyMedic products, click the link in the description below and use our code GSL20 for 20% off your order.
Okay, it is the next day. Melissa and I came out and found that Michael and Sebastian were already up on the rooftop, like Santa and his reindeer, getting a bunch of work done. So they got a bunch of the build-up, or all of the build-up, completed here over the kids' wing. And this little section here was framed back into the parallel cord trusses, which were already sheeted over the great room. So we're gonna be working on the other side, doing the same thing. In the meantime, Melissa and I have a project and job of our own to get done.
Yeah, we're going to continue balloon framing out that front wall. We've got quite a few windows we need to frame into that, so we've got some headers to build.
Woohoo!
Hush, boy, you shiver if you think too much. Wrestling with the bones beneath your skin. Show love to love into the stable ground. She who keeps you standing round. Take your pick now. Wind cry echoes to an open door.
In the front of our great room, we have two 3x4 windows that will be framing our sliders. So we are going to start with those headers and then we will move on to our 12-foot slider.
And play that. Won't you come on and play that simple song? And it hurts to see you when you're living the life of the come and go. Oh, you're living the life of the come and go. Sound off. Let the light of the moon tattoo these words. You can't reach for heaven from a couch in Santa Fe. Oh no, I don't need your shelter from the storm. I'll find my own way home. And it hurts to be you when you're living the life of the come and go.
Melissa and I got these two front windows framed out. Headers are installed overhead. We're now going to turn our attention and work on this center 3-pane sliding glass door, which is really wide. It's going to be a big header. Let's do it.
A little boy, they see you. Now you're living the life of the come and go. Oh, you're living the life, don't you know? And it hurts to be you when you're living the life for the come and go. Oh, I'm living a life I hope you know.
Right, so I did a dumb thing. In the process of...
We did a dumb thing.
It was me, my oversight. So in the process of building out this front wall, right off the bat to begin with, I knew we needed to come in. These end portions here on the outside for our windows should be 6 feet in total length. Unfortunately, I cut 6-foot bottom plates because of that. We built on those bottom plates, but what I didn't take into consideration is that the total length included this little jut out wall that you see here on either side of the house. So what that ended up doing was pinching our rough opening for the slider. We needed 12 feet. We ended up with 11 because we bumped everything in 6 inches. So now we've got an issue and a problem. Fortunately, it was caught at this point before we kept going and kept working. But I need to make a bunch of cuts along the top and bottom plates just for this window unit. The first 2 studs on the outer ends are okay, but once I loosen everything up and adjust my cuts up top to compensate for the shorter length and distance of those king studs that run the full height of the house, I can then take it, bump it over, and re-secure it to our top and bottom plate. So it's not a catastrophic thing, but it's still frustrating nonetheless, and it's going to cost us a little bit of money because I actually started making the cuts for our header as well.
Yeah, we actually almost completed the header, and we cut all of the 2x10s to 11 feet instead of 12 feet. So I mean, there's just so many moments that we could have caught this and didn't, but we caught it now. The guys went in to go eat lunch, so we are going to get to work fixing this. Hopefully we can have this kind of sorted out before they get back.
Shouldn't be that bad. We can get it done. Like I said, it's not catastrophic, it just sucks.
It's just so us.
Things happen.
All right, so what we're gonna do is, what Jeremy's going to do is cut from the top, keeping the same angle, and then we're just gonna scoot it down. We're really, really hoping this works. All right, we got all of the tops trimmed, and now we're gonna saws off the bottom, then we can scoot it down, trim our bottom plate. In theory, this should work.
Epic fail means epic solution. Think positive, here we go.
I'm positive. Positive that this might work.
Sometimes you just gotta weather the storm, mama. You gotta weather the storm. What's the expression? It's not about adversity. It's not about how you fall down. It's about how you get back up, right? Crisis averted.
She'd be an ugly wall, but she'll work.
It'll work. It'll all be covered.
Got all
Nobody
these...
will know but me, you, and everybody who watches this video.
Yeah.
There it is, mama. It could never even happen. Okay, this is a secret between me, you, and never happen.
Never happen. I'll never tell. All right, now that we know how to fix it, we're gonna fix this one. We got the walls fixed. Now we are going to be rebuilding the header. Little status update in the master bedroom. No more wet floors. We're gonna get that covered up there. But yeah, master wing is all sheeted and they are on to the kids' wing.
So dark now.
It is. And cool and shaded and lovely.
Big difference. All right, that was one heck of a day. Melissa and I got all of the massive mistakes corrected here on our front wall. That went smoothly at least, right? I mean, that was good.
The correction?
Yeah, the correction
The
went well.
correction of the mistake went very smoothly.
Yeah, so things happened. We sorted that out. We got our massive monstrosity of a header built. We're about to get that installed here in a second. And we have a roof.
Yeah,
Pretty
we
crazy.
do.
It is
Yeah.
fully sheathed now. We have the ridge gap that is uncovered. But aside from that, the roof is in.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about these floors anymore. I'm so glad. But Michael and Sebastian are going to help us lift this massive header into place because there is no way that Jeremy's noodle arms can do it by himself.
It's not true, Melissa. It's just flat out not true.
It's me. I'm the dead weight in this situation. So anyway, they're going to help us lift that into place, and then we will have at least what we need done, and we can concentrate on getting the rest of our wall sheeted. As one of my favorite writers, C.S. Lewis, so eloquently put it, experience, the most brutal of teachers. But you learn. My God, do you learn. This week we learned that you always measure from your center point out while framing a wall like this. We also learned that no video or article or phone call can truly prepare us for constructing an entire house. We learn by firing up the saw, nailing in the boards, and sometimes resorting to taking it all apart and starting again. Making these mistakes could really suck the wind out of our amateur sails, but only if we allow it to. This was a good week. This week we made massive progress on our roof, and we finally attacked that front wall that I've been so apprehensive about.
Here you go, Mama. How's it look?
Awesome.
What a day.
The exhaustion and frustration paired with anticipation and excitement, that's what makes these days truly incredible. These are the days I'll reflect on when I'm 90 years old and say, what a grand adventure that was. And did we learn? My God, did we learn.